Ooh-wee, don't that look good? This is the Southwest Avocado Salad from Wendy's, and I'm about to tear it up. So here's what's left, what I didn't eat. I'm going to save it and eat it tomorrow because my stomach is upset today, so I really haven't eaten anything, and it was good, but I can't eat it all tonight. I'm not feeling the best, so I'm going to put it in the fridge and save it for tomorrow.
Let me test real quick, so hold on. Really?
Hey guys, good evening. I'm kind of low energy today. I thought my stomach was hurting earlier because the ab workout that I did, the ab crunches, but no, it's woman time, so what I wanted to address is the whole fat shaming versus body positivity. Kind of a hot topic right now I'm seeing in the people that I follow on Facebook, and some of the people I follow on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. So my dad always said opinions are like buttholes. Everybody's got one and some of them stink, but your opinion may not be the same as mine. Obviously, they're going to vary because somebody who has never been my size may not even come close to feeling the way I do. Some people who have been my size may not feel close to the way I do. But I'm going to give you my opinion on it. It is perfectly okay to be comfortable in your skin, whatever your size is. To say that you are healthy being overweight is one thing. To say that you're healthy when you're morbidly obese, I'm sorry, I do not agree. I have never been diagnosed as diabetic. I've never been diagnosed with high blood pressure. I have had medical issues that are non-weight related. And I've had medical issues that are exacerbated by my weight. That could even have been caused by my weight, although not technically said, but definitely exacerbated at the very least. Do I think it's that a person who is morbidly obese can be healthy? No, not at all. You might be able to be mobile when you're younger and being morbidly obese. Once you hit about 30, 35, straight down to pooper. I had a period of time where I had a series of falls. One was on ice, one was on a freshly waxed floor, and a few were out of my bed as an adult. Don't know what happened there, but landing on your knees a couple times when you're already big definitely is no bueno. Did I ever go to the hospital or the doctor over these falls? No, I didn't. And why? Because I avoided and still avoid going to the doctor or going to the hospital, because my thought has always been, when I go, they're seeing this humongous person. Well, yeah, your knees are going to hurt. Look, I mean, They're not, your knees aren't made to hold that much. I mean, I don't want to sound rude, but I'm going to keep it real. A body is not meant, bones are not meant to carry that much weight. And over a period of time, yeah, when I was younger, I could get out and run and go and do pretty much everything that my friends did, with the exception of getting on like rides at amusement parks and stuff, because one time we went and I got on one that wouldn't close and it was hella embarrassing, and I was completely humiliated and never went back to I'm about to lie. I have went back, but I've never attempted to get on a ride since then. I don't care if I think I can get on it. No, I'm not. I'm just avoiding the whole thing. I'll walk around or sit when I got bigger, sit, at various spots, walk, wait for whoever it is that's riding. And yeah, well, it is what it is. I get on a cycle in my brain and go off course a little bit. But anyway, I avoided the doctor. Didn't want to hear what they had to say, because usually when you go to the doctor and you're big, that's the first thing that's going to come out of their mouth. Well, that's the first thing I didn't want to hear. Part of being able to get that size is that you're a little in denial. It's not that you don't know, it's that you refuse to face it. You're big, you're not able to get around like you used to, or do things that you used to be able to do. You see everybody out living, other people aren't going through that, but are you willing to make the changes that it takes to turn that around? Complacency and comfort sometimes cause you to ignore what's flat in front of your face. And you make excuses. I always, when I was younger, would say, yeah, I might be fat, but I'm cute. So I can still get a man, so I don't care if I'm fat. That was a lie. That was a lie. Because deep down inside, what came out of my mouth was not what I felt. What I felt and what I thought inside was, why do guys even look at me? Because it's disgusting. And I'm sorry, I'm just being real. Call it self-deprecating, call it body shaming, whatever. I'm not comfortable in my skin. I haven't been comfortable in my skin. And that's the fact. I can't act like I am. I can't act like, oh yeah, this is lovely. No, it's not lovely. It's not lovely when you don't want to get out of bed in the morning because your knees hurt so bad before you even put any weight on them. It's not comfortable when you flip and flop all night because you can't get comfortable, or have sleep apnea because you can't breathe when you sleep. I mean, these things are all related directly to my size, and it can't be ignored. But for somebody who is not ready, there's nothing you can say that is going to make them decide for themselves to turn their whole life and what they've known for however long they've been big, to turn that all upside down and go a completely different direction. No amount of anything you say negative, you're fat, you're disgusting, you can barely breathe, none of this stuff is going to cause them to just all of a sudden say, okay, I'm going to shift everything, go the other way, because you said I'm fat. If and when a person decides they're going to lose weight or make changes, it's going to take a little bit of time. Just like it took time to get that weight on, it's going to take time to get that weight off. It's going to be some trial and error, trying different things that fail, and keep on keeping on. Because usually with the sign of a failure, you know, the scale's not moving as fast as you want it to. I give it up. But it can't be like that if you really want to lose weight. It can't be, oh, well, today I didn't lose any weight, so tomorrow I'm going to binge. Well, you know, today I don't feel like working out. I'm going to go ahead and eat the same as I would if I was working out. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, it's in my mind constantly. Every day since I've started this journey, every day my primary focus is, what am I eating? What am I doing for exercise? It's time consuming. What would the pre-lifestyle change me have said? Many times. I don't have the time for that much effort. I don't have the time to, nor do I have the money to make sure that what I eat is healthy, because now there's a little bit of a valid point in that. Healthy food is more expensive. And not only is it more expensive, it goes bad faster. So if you don't eat more, or if you don't eat it regularly, by the time you do go in there to eat it, it's bad. So there's a little hint of truth to that excuse.
Right. Somebody living on a fixed income is not going to be able to live as healthy as somebody that, you know, gets a paycheck week to week or every 2 weeks. Somebody that's on a fixed income is not going to be able to, I mean, they can take their money and split it out over the weeks, but yet they're still going to have just that 1 or 2 checks every month in order to survive on. Another thing that I see as an outsider looking in, or as somebody that cares about somebody that is facing obesity and wanting to change their lifestyle, I see obesity and morbid obesity as an addiction, just like you would see a drug addiction or an alcohol addiction. Any kind of an addiction, it doesn't matter what the addiction is. Obesity should be treated the same way. It is a food addiction. It is a mental state. If A&E can call intervention, can call drug addicts a disease, so can obesity be a disease. It is a state of mind. It is a chemical imbalance in the brain that needs to be resolved. People need to look into it further. Not necessarily
a chemical imbalance. I don't agree with that completely. But it is something that happens psychologically.
Yes, it is definitely.
But I don't necessarily think it has anything to do with chemicals, as much as it may be related, I know, to hereditary, but also exacerbated by life experiences and, you know, things that may have happened when you're younger that cause you to run to that.
Right. That's the same way. Coping. That's the same way with people doing drugs, is they're trying to cope. So something in their childhood, say they were molested, you know, whatever, beaten up throughout high school, whatever. They're still trying to cope by doing the drugs. Right. Or you know, getting drunk to that point where they're staying an alcoholic. But to me, it's
even worse. The food addiction, to me, I mean, just because I'm closer to that than I can say anything about drug addiction. But to me, a food addiction is a little harder to combat because
it's everywhere.
You gotta eat to live.
Right.
You don't gotta eat 3 meals a day like everybody says.
You don't need to live to eat. You need to eat to live.
Right. But, you know, when someone's dealing with an addiction as far as a substance, like drugs or alcohol, they want to tell you to just avoid it completely. Avoid you can't use it a little bit at a time and you're clean, you're still sober. No. But yeah, with food, you do have to eat a little bit. I mean, no, you don't have to eat a whole 3 meals a day or 3 meals a day and snacks and all that. But yeah, you do need to eat some to live.
That's another, I mean, people that say that you have to experience it in order to know what it's like. That's not entirely true either. I had my bout with drug addiction and alcohol addiction, and I overcome it within like a day because that was me. Not everybody can do that. I'm not saying everybody can do that. Not everybody can, like you are in a success story as losing weight. You beat my 600-pound life almost. You've done this on your own. You haven't had somebody helping you.
No, I don't agree with that. I'm not there. I'm not at the end of this journey yet.
No, you're still in your journey.
I can't say I'm successful. I can say that right now in this moment, I'm doing what I can do to try, but I wouldn't call myself a success because I didn't get help from someone else.
Right. But to me, you're a success. You are being, I know, I'm not saying this because it's being recorded. I can't even believe I'm talking on this, but I had to chime in. This, for both of us, for Lisa and myself, we are very strong believers of you are responsible for the choices you make in your life. If you choose to eat like a pig, you're going to suffer the consequences. You choose to shoot up in your arms, you're going to suffer the consequences. Nobody is responsible for anything that you do in your life.
But with any of this, it can be turned around. But you've got to want it. Mm-hmm. You have to want it, not your family, not your friends, not complete strangers on the internet telling you're a fat, disgusting pig.
To hell with them people. Their views mean nothing to me.
I love to watch videos of someone who is positive and comfortable in their skin. I have never been one of those people. So to me, it's kind of like, it's very weird to see somebody who is almost my size, who's like rocking it, like I'm sexy.
And I know it. No.
No. I mean, I cringe at the thought of me even saying like I'm sexy. When somebody calls me beautiful or pretty or,
exactly.
Any kind of compliment, I'm like, I have actually said to people, I think you might need new glasses because it's not there in my heart and I'm negative about my own self. But I've lived in this body long enough to be negative about it. It's uncomfortable and I don't see what anyone would be attracted to looking at it.
Well, hello.
But that's, everybody has their own hang-ups. Everybody has their own, things about themselves that they like.
It all has to do with self-worth.
Right. And it's okay. It's perfectly okay if you're obese and you think that you're worth something because you are.
I mean, everybody is worth something.
But
some
technically,
people more than less, but.
But technically, are you healthy?
No.
No, I can't think that you are.
I don't think
if you're morbidly obese. I'm not talking about just a little bit of chunk or, 10, 20 pounds overweight. If you're morbidly obese, you are not healthy. And if you are mobile right now, wait till you get older. Because if you stay that size, it's going to take a nosedive. Any sickness you get, any fall you may have, could be the last time that you get up out of your bed. Mm-hmm. That's scary. That's what shook me. I was getting to where Charlie and I have always loved road trips. When I can't take a road trip without at least a full day of laying in a hotel bed afterward, because my feet and legs are like swelled, that's not healthy. That's not the way I want to live. I want to travel. I want to do stuff. I want to go get on a roller coaster and throw up.
No, you're not.
I mean, that's my take on it. It's not healthy, but I'm going to say this too. Should you fat shame someone, someone you know, someone you don't know? Should you constantly throw in somebody's face that you feel they need to lose weight? No, it's not productive. It's not going to make them see what they already know inside. It's not going to make them make a change.
What's that old saying, beating a dead horse?
It's going to hurt their feelings, possibly cause them to go to the fridge and tear it up.
And you don't even know if that person's violent or not. You know, they could be violent. And you're sitting there, you know, they may just crack one day.
Or they might be hurting enough to do something else.
To their self, right.
So, another person never has the right, because they've never been in your shoes, never has the right to say, you should do this or you should do that.
You should die because you're so fat.
You can say
disgusting.
You can say instead, well, I think blah, blah, blah. But if you haven't walked in somebody's shoes, you're not an expert. You're really kind of talking out your butt.
With air passing.
And furthermore, even somebody who has lost some weight. I don't feel like I could effectively coach someone else to lose weight. It comes from inside of you. The want to do it and the what keeps you going with it is in you. It's not in your friend who says you're fat. It's not in you who sits behind a keyboard and calls somebody fat. You're faceless. Most of the time, not even showing your picture, but yet you're on there telling somebody else, well, that's disgusting and you should be ashamed. Well, you might be ashamed. Therefore, that's why you don't have no picture.
You know, sitting in mommy's basement.
I had to reel him back a little bit because he went off on some craziness.
No, I was just saying, I mean, these people that hide behind their keyboards, they feel self-hate. They feel lowly themselves, so they're taking it out on other people. They have a very bad self-image. So, of course, their only way to react is to take it out onto other people, which is very, very, very sad. And people judging other people, you know, I'm not a Christian person. I'm not a spiritual person at all, but yet we have no right to judge anybody.
I do believe in God, and I believe it's up to him to judge. So, I mean, it's human nature to see situations that are unlike yours or maybe that are like yours and have an opinion on it.
There's a difference between opinions and
just because you have an opinion doesn't necessarily mean that every single opinion you have needs to be voiced. Sometimes you just need to hush.
Like I was hushed.
If it's not productive, shut your mouth. But anyway, that's all I have to say for now about that, because that just bothers me. I mean, both situations bother me. Shaming somebody, fat shaming somebody, whether it's somebody you know, somebody you don't know, it's counterproductive. It's going to cause hard feelings, and it's not going to get anything but hurt out of it. Fooling yourself into thinking that you're healthy when you're morbidly obese is also counterproductive. You can be comfortable in your skin without thinking that you're in perfect health. Because, yeah, like I said, you may be able to do everything your friends do right now. Stay that size and wait till you get a little older. And you'll regret your decision thinking you were healthy. So, I'm done on that. But I did want to show you a few things that hubby picked up when he went to Dollar Tree.
Mm-hmm.
So he got this. I don't even know what this is supposed to be.
A
wilted pumpkin.
No, it's a gourd.
But it's cute. I said a wilted pumpkin. That's cute. And then another polka dot, but only in orange and black. And the black is sparkly. And then, of course, he sees Christmas stuff, which he has said like 15 times, we're not getting any more Christmas stuff this year. I'm really not gonna, but he did. So, but it's cute. And it was cheap, so got that one. And this one I really do love, and I would have probably got it myself even if I said I wasn't gonna do any more Christmas decorating shopping, but I love that. Mom always said, you know, after your kids stop believing in Santa Claus, believing in Santa Claus as a fat, jolly man who comes down your chimney and brings presents, that they need to be taught that
the spirit is giving.
Santa is technically not a person in human form, but the spirit of giving. So
there's a Santa in every one of us.
This is really beautiful and makes me think of my mom. So, yep, I'm not going to work out tonight because it's not a good situation. I'm crampy and irritable, but I've got weights and everything that I'll do at home. Hopefully I'll feel better enough to go tomorrow night, but anyways, I've blabbed enough for now, but like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you don't agree with me, I expect you
leave a comment below.
To leave a comment. Let's debate it.
There's no need to debate it.
There is need to debate it.
If you don't if you get the reference to that, comment below.
No, I don't want to debate it. Okay, so yeah, a good debate, there's nothing wrong with, as long as both sides are respectful. I have nothing against that. I don't bulldog other people into trying to believe what I believe. I've learned that with me believing in God and him not so much. Although, I'm just going to say,
I believe in a higher power. Let's put it that way.
I don't try to inflict. I don't try to impose my opinions on other people. But, like everyone, I do, sometimes something strikes me where I do want to make my opinion known, just for the sake of getting my 2 cents in there. And I try to be as respectful as possible and wish that other people would do the same. But if you leave a comment, just be respectful, but you can definitely have a different opinion than I do. And that is welcome.
It might be a good opinion.
It might make sense to me, and it might turn my opinions slightly different. But anyways, I will catch you guys in the next one, and hope to see some comments that spark some chitter chatter. Take care, y'all.
Hit that bell for any new videos that you'd like to see. Because she forgets to say that every single time.
Hit the bell.
Hit the bell. Bye, y'all.